Hello, everybody, and welcome. Come on into Williams Hall if you would. My name's Rebecca Lamont, and I'm the senior pastor here at Trinity. And it is such a privilege for our church to be able to have you all here this afternoon and for us all to hear from Sam and to learn more about what's happening in God's world and how we might be part of it. I'm going to invite you to get your boxed lunch if you haven't already and to go ahead and be seated. I'm going to open us with a word of prayer. Join me if you would in prayer. Loving and gracious God, we give you thanks for your whole wide world, for all the places where your beloved children live and grow and learn. And we give you thanks for the way you have woven us into one family, seen and unseen. We give you thanks especially today for Sam and his devotion, for the ways he sees need and shares love and invites us all to do the same. Help us as we gather in fellowship to be open, to hear the places where you are calling us into relationship and to respond with joy. Bless this food and all the hands that were involved in preparing it so that we might be fed. In Christ's holy name we pray. Amen. You all eat, and in just a few minutes, someone else will come up and begin the program. Again, welcome. We're so glad you're here today.
Welcome. Welcome to this celebration of the 10-year anniversary of Home of Hope and My Vision for Refugees. In this day and age, in talking to my own family and friends, I recognize that many refuse to even watch the news these days because it's so depressing. And I'm sure some of you feel the same. Let me tell you, this little experience today will be the antithesis of being depressed by what's going on. I welcome you. I appreciate the fact that you have given up of your time to come here and be with us, join us. I do believe that you will walk away from here feeling uplifted. I'm uplifted by just seeing the number of people that are here. And I think you'll feel very uplifted too by the time you leave. Thanks for taking the time off from your schedule to be here. You will be very appreciative that you did. Believe me.
I was born in Liberia in 1989 with my family in a small village. I was about nine going to 10, and my village got attacked. We had to escape toward Guinea. So we walked to the border of Guinea, and then from there we were taken to the refugee camp, where me and my siblings spent 9 years as refugees. We ended up applying for resettlement. So finally in 2007, we were resettled to Atlanta. We told them all we want is to go to school. We'll do everything to get education. We know with education we'll be able to do a lot of good things in the world. So I focused on school and I graduated. By the grace of God, I was able to apply to Mercer, and I got a scholarship to go there and play soccer and study. My senior year, I felt a little bit that I needed to go back. My heart was back in the village and in the camp. I really wanted to help. For me, that was one of the most heartbreaking things, to know that tomorrow someone might not be with us because of the simple thing, clean water or like food. So I just decided, I had money saved with me from work study on campus at Mercer. I just said, you know what, I need to do something now. I can't wait. So I went back, I got a local company, we came to dug a well, and then we provided the first clean water there in the village, in the camp. That was the starting point. And then I bought school supplies, I was playing soccer, so I started coaching the kids. For me at that point, it was just like, wow, this is your calling, you need to follow this. From 2014 to now, we have been a center where we have these kids, they are going to school every day. We are helping them become leader of their own community. We have outreach programs, we serve the prison, we provide soap for the prisoners, work with the widows, we visit the hospitals. It's a whole movement around the center. We find every month a problem in the community to fix. We have fixed the road. We work with the leprosy community. We have about 330 people with leprosies in that area. So we provide school supply for their kids because they cannot work. We hope to expand to be able to do one well a year because there's many villages that I visit with no water. And water is one of the essential things. In that area, there's so many orphans from the disease and the war. So we hope to keep helping orphans get to school. I think relationship is one of the essential tools that you need to build in order to make things happen. It took a whole village to get me where I am today. So it is also taking a whole village to get the kids where they need to be. When I go to the village, to the camp, there's a sense of hope. And that's quite important for me. Hope can take you anywhere in life. and we could change the world, one loving act at a time. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm John Dunaway, retired professor of French at Mercer, and I met Samuel in 2009 when he came to Mercer as a very green freshman after only 2 years of formal schooling here in Atlanta at Holy Innocents Episcopal School. I fell in love with this guy immediately because even though he was not very well educated or prepared for college, he was like a sponge. He was so eager for education, and that's exactly what he wants these children to have. And he was so driven by his mother's faith, as you'll hear from him in a little while. Faith in God and in the goodness of humans to play a role in blessing him and supporting him. And so I can't say enough about how much I admire Samuel and am inspired by him and privileged to be the outgoing chair of his board of directors for my vision. You'll also be hearing later from the incoming chair of my vision board of directors, Dave Higgins. But we don't want to take much time because you want to hear it from the man. So here, without other commentary, here's Samuel Johnson. Please welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be here. I'm blessed to be here. Thanks for making the trip. You know, today we are celebrating a dream that came true. But before I start that, I would like, please, if all my board members could stand up for a second. My mom always told me that it takes a village to make things happen, and my board member has been quite a team to make things happen. They have led me, they have helped me think twice, make the right decision. Just knowing that they are here for me, that I can pick a phone and call them when I'm having a problem in Guinea, I think that's a blessing. I really feel loved by them. So I just want to say I'm blessed to have you on my team. Thank you so much. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my story because you already hear about my story. But my speech will be focused on help. You know, growing up, my help started with my mom. You know, a teenager, 9-year-old, I wake up in the middle of the night and I had to escape. And my mom was the one leading us. We walked 7 days at night to get to safety. As a 9-year-old, we saw things that the kids should have never saw it. So when we got to the camp after 7 days, we were put in tents. No food, right? At some point, we had only 1 meal or 2 meals a day. And that really broke us apart because of the things that we saw. And my mom just kept focusing on me. Because at that time, we spent 8 years in the camp. So throughout that 8 years, most of my friends that I would play with at night, because at night we always would put fire, and then we'll stand by the fire and we'll play by the fire, around the fire. And then we'll go to bed. And the next day you will find out that someone just committed suicide. And that was heartbreaking for us. And one of the best things that I remember about the camp was we would wander around every day. You know, we will hunt, fish. That's the way we feed ourselves. And then we'll play soccer all day. And the reason why I fell in love with soccer because that was my escape goat. Because like I had nightmare at night. So soccer was the way to not think about all of those things. But I was very damaged because I felt like I wanted to go back and find my younger sister that was missing in the war. I wanted to take revenge. I was hopeless. and I just didn't want to do anything. And I didn't really believe that. I always ask my mom, if God exists, why he's not coming to help us? Why I have to go through this? And where's my father? Because my dad got killed in the war. But my mom served me along the way. She kept my little hope that I had in life. And someday she did something that I always think about that. I was angry, I was upset because I wanted to go find my little sister. And because if you join, the idea was to join the rebels, be a child soldier, and take revenge and then find my sister and come back. But she always tell me that's not the solution. I think God has a bigger plan for you. And one day we came from the forest, I think we went to get some fruit, and she put me to the test. We had a big papaya, she just put the papaya on the table and said, think of everyone that hurt you, that hurt me. Here, add all of them in this papaya. And she gave me, we had an old machete, and I took it. But for maybe 2 seconds, I just went at it. I destroyed the whole papaya, but I forgot that that's the papaya that we're supposed to have for dinner that night. But after that, I really didn't feel anything, basically, nothing. I was stay empty and stay angry. So that's when she said to me, God have a plan for you, my son. Just we need to wait for his time. And that's how she led me. She prophesied upon my life that day, and she kept every day, not just by saying it, but the way she lived her life, the way she did her prayer in the morning, the way she was just so joyful, but without all the chaos around her, she was always joyful. And that really, it did something to me. I said, why this woman has always smile in her face, knowing that maybe we might not see tomorrow, we might be attacked tomorrow, but she always had that, and she always was positive. So until we left the camp, and we went to the big city. Stayed in the morning. We'll get up and go find a place to work, in a market, and then we'll put all the money together and come back and cook and go to bed. But one day, the president at that time, that was in 2002, the president at that time said that the Guineans have to leave because what? We were the rebel. We were stateless. I didn't have a paper. None of us had a paper. So 24 hours, we have to leave Conakry to the border, which is almost 600 miles away. You have to do 2 days. We couldn't do that. So we're stuck there. So one afternoon, we were arrested. And then the army was out to hunt us. So we all was thrown in the back of an army truck. And that's where my mom was not lucky. She fell on a spare tire in the army truck. And she started bleeding internally, but we didn't know. We were young. I think I was 15 at that time. And then we spent 7 days in jail. Geneva had to put pressure on Guinea to release us. And when they did, my mom was not lucky to continue the road. But she left something that was crucial for me to keep the journey. And that's what her mission. So after she passed away, we buried her, and then the UN took our case seriously. So after a couple months, we were able to be resettled in the United States. One, we didn't choose where to be. We didn't decide where we were going to be. We just wanted to be somewhere safe because we couldn't go back to Liberia and we couldn't live in Guinea. So we needed to be somewhere. So we asked for asylum. As we made in the US, the same thing came because the UN program is for 8 months, right? But we didn't go through that. There were so many refugees, and there's 1 out of 1,000 that get resettled each year, right? So we were down 1% that got resettled. So then when I got to the US, that was the first time I know that there's good people around the world. When I came to this church, because this church, they adopt me and my family. That was the first church that we visited when we came to Atlanta, because they were partnering with the agency that brought us, the New American Pathway Today. So I started to realize what my mom says. God has a big plan for you, my son. You just follow his lead. So I went to Holy Innocent. Whoever thought I would go to HI? That was not, it was out of my league and out of my dream. But God, when he has a mission for you, he do provide all you need. He did provide that help for me, and I did graduate, and I went to Mercer and played soccer. But even at Mercer, I got the help that I needed. So God, along my journey, God is putting people that I need to accomplish my mission. My mission is what? My vision for refugee, the kids. That's the reason why he sent me in the U.S. to the right place at the right time. So as a senior, I decided, you know what? I'm here at 12 in the cafeteria. I'm eating food, chicken, but I know at 4 p.m. what my friends are doing. They are bathing in the river, and that's the same water that we drink. So I felt a call to go back and see the place. As I got there at 5 p.m., and everyone was doing the same thing. And I just broke a tear, and I started crying. And from that day, I decided, you know what? Today, I know this is my calling. I know that's the reason why you sent me back here. So that's when we built our first clean water, because I knew what was getting us sick. Because that's the same water that we drink, and that's the same water that we use, we shower in, and it was not clean. So we did our first water project. Then I flew back to the state. As soon as I graduated, that was my calling. Prior to that, I had taken five kids to put in host family, and those 5 kids were the one that when I went back in 2014, I set up Home of Hope. And the reason why I call Home of Hope, because hope can take you anywhere. My mom gave me hope to continue the journey. And when I came in the U.S., I went through this process of healing because people served me and people, they helped me to go through healing. And I think that process is through service. Most of you here have served me, have helped me get somewhere at some point. So right now, Home of Hope, this is our 10-year anniversary. We have 16 kids. We have 11 girls and 5 boys. And the others are in 10th grade now. And they are going through the same process that I went through here. They are going through healing. Most of them was abused. Some of them were left by their parents and just go, so they felt abandoned. So Home of Hope is a center where the kids are getting hope and healing because they are going to school, they are dreaming big, and because they also know there's a huge team behind them to make sure that they succeed, so they can be they will be the people that will replace me and keep helping the whole community. But my story, I always compare my story a little bit to Moses' story when he had to lead the Israelites. At some point, Moses was disappointed. I know at some point my mom was tired of me complaining every day, but she didn't give up on me. At some point I did test her. And then Moses was tested by the Israelites about the water issue because they were hungry. And I did that. But my mom didn't give up on me, and Moses didn't give up on the Israelites. Until when they had to go through the battle with the enemy. And then by then, Moses, what he did was the same thing. He asked for help. So today, I'm asking help again. And it's hard for me to ask help because I feel like before, a couple years back, I know I would do everything on my own. I want to do it. This is my calling. I'm just going to do it. But I have learned to ask for help. So today, I'm here to ask for help and to tell you to join this team so that we can lead these Home of Hope children to be a role model for Africa and to be an example of hope around the world. I know there's so many things that are going on around the world, but I want this story and the story of the kids, wherever they are some days, it's sad to say there's going to be refugees from Israel, from the Hamas. They might not be the one, but there will be a refugee somewhere. So if they read my story or they read the story of one of these girls or boys, they can have hope so that they can live through that chaos. There's a way you can help. You can volunteer to raise funds for us, and also you can also join our programs. We have different programs. We have our outreach program. You can sponsor a child. You can get involved with projects because we do have a lot of projects that we take on. So I just wanted to say I'm blessed to be here, and I just want to say thank you so much for coming. Thank you. You will be
My name is
the video of one of the kids.
Johnson. Here is my bedroom. It's me and Prosper, our bedroom. Here is the bathroom. Here is my bed. I just want to say for my history in the past. I am orphan. My past always when I was born in the village. My father died from the Ebola disease. I was in the village with my grandmother going on the farm. I was hopeless. I had no gym, no food. Today, Home of Hope give me everything. You give me hope. Thank you for release my dream. May God bless you. I love you. Thank you.
So that was Emil.
Good morning. My name is Monique Johnson. This is our transportation car. Here is my best friend, Francois Johnson. We are in the same grade. We love our new bag. Bye, Francois. My name is Monique Johnson. I am in 9th grade. I was born in the village. I don't remember my parents because they live as children. So I grew with a family friend. I always ask myself why I was led by my parents. I was very angry against them and their world. Home of Hope took me and gave me hope, dream. They helped me work and to learn to forgive. I have no food, no clothes, and no place to sleep. Who I am who I am because of God and you. I can dream big. I have food, clothes, and I can dream big. Thank you for helping me to dream big. I love you. Thanks.
So the first video was Emil. Emil is very smart. Emil is in 9th grade now, and he's 13 now. And Emil loves math, and that's their new room. We just built a new room for them, for the boys. Monique and then Emil, parents died from Ebola, and we took Emil when he's I think 3 to 4 years old. Monique, parents just left, because basically most of the time some parents will do that. You know, they will leave the kids in a village or in a camp and go to find a better job, and sometimes never return, you know, because they are stateless. So, and what you need to understand about this program is that all these kids are stateless. It's through school, we are finding them paper, and when they get to the university, they will be a citizen of Guinea. Thank you.
Dear family, thank you for your help. It's because of you today we have a big dreams. We want to change our community through service. We need your help to finish our education and to serve our world. Thank you. May God bless you. We love you.
Bon. Yeah.
I'm Dave Higgins. I met Sam about 8 years ago at a men's breakfast at Trinity, and his inspiring story really changed me. He's become a close friend, a mentor, and a hero for me, and it's been a thrill for me to see his vision of hope and for a better life for these children become a reality, and to see the difference they've made in their community where they are. So we're grateful for your presence today with us. So glad you could come and be here and learn more about my vision. For all of those of you that have supported my vision and Sam over the years, We're very, very thankful. We wouldn't be here today if not for you. For those of you that are hearing Sam's story for the first time and have been touched by Sam's story, there's an information card in your materials that provides specific ways you could partner with us. Or if in fact you'd like to think about volunteering to help us on a committee or render advice to us or give us support in some other way, we'd be very grateful if you'd fill this out and leave it for us. I promise you we will be in touch. If you have, Sam comes back once a year. If there are small groups you're involved in or your own congregation that you'd like to have Sam speak to, again, please be in contact with us. That's our website there, but our email address is very simple, myvisionforrefugees@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And again, it's been terrific having you with us. I would say that Sam will stay around after the lunch in case anybody would like to speak to him directly. So we're not in a hurry to leave. And again, thank you so much for coming.
Sometimes we forget to ask you also to pray for Sam. And I hope that will mean an eternal difference too. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Yeah. If anybody has any questions as well, we'd be happy to take a question. Yes, ma'am. Where do you get teachers that teach at the school?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Where do you find teachers?
Basically, the teachers are from the community. We hire people from the university there because we do have a university in Zero Gray. But like the English portion, we find people that did English at the university too. Yeah, but I think like also sometimes as a volunteer, we accept volunteer to teach English and computer, because I think those are two of the skills that if the kids have that, they'll have job as soon as they graduate, because that's the goal. And then most people don't know how to speak English. It's a French-speaking country, so if you are bilingual, the jobs are easy for you to get.
They also, all 16 go to a private school there in the city, but all the schools in Zerry-Corray are French-speaking schools, but they both teach them English and French at the center.
Michael.
What are some of the, I've heard of them, I'm asking, planning a question, some of the outreach that you've done, explain how the purpose of some of the things that you've done there?
So basically what we do, so we work with the leprosy community. We have about 330 people with leprosy. They are outcasts like us, So basically what we do, we help their kids to go to school, get education, we help them with bandage and product, for their feet and their, when they're hurt, and medicine. And we do also work with the albino community. We do have a huge albino community, and they are also an outcast because they think they are, they're the devil, or like that's a transmissive disease that they might get. So we work with them by providing school supply for their children, because it's hard for them to find a job. No one wants to be around them. So we work with the widows, we work with the mosques and the church. And the reason why, because most of our war, is sad to say, is between Muslim and Christian. So we try to bring about peace around us. So those kind of how we do the outreach. And the outreach basically are directed by the kids themselves. Mm-hmm. So they can learn about service, how important it is, and so they can get connected to their own community also. Thanks, Michael.
You might tell them a little bit about in between their school years, like our school year, And Sammy's done a beautiful job filling up the summer with things they've done, the soap making and the sewing and
Yeah.
the summer, they don't sit still. And they've got a wonderful new sports court. Sam's worked with that too, but you might want to speak of what they're doing in the school year.
So pretty much over the summer, we try, this is what we try to do. Because the kids come in, some of them are 5 and older, never had a school background. So we try to, we have to get them busy. So summertime, our summer probably like 2 weeks break. But even throughout the summer, we do have like program like sewing, learning how to make soap for ourselves. And then also this summer particularly, the kids went outside to learn computer skills and English at another center. So we do that a lot over the summer. And then, we do have a basketball court that was built by some of our generous donors. So we do a lot of sport on the basketball court. And the kids love playing soccer. So we took them, on the weekend, we would take them on the soccer field to learn how to play soccer and to enjoy that time.
Thank you all so much for the good questions and your participation, and so great to see you.
Thank you. I'm glad I didn't speak a lot more. It was not long, right? Thank you.
That's right.